Good morning, everybody. Oh, let me just put my light on. Oh, I thought I was all ready and prepared. Oh, that's going to be better so that you can see better. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I just want to put my chat on so that I can see who's chatting and who's not. How are we all this fine Wednesday hump day? It's really fantastic if you are watching that you do say how's it and chat to me. Ask me as many questions as you like. And it doesn't have to be about baking either. Or what I'm doing. Really, really doesn't need to be. It can be about anything you want. I'm just getting my glasses for when I need them. Does anybody else have an issue when trying to work with a mask and they need glasses and they can't see, but now they need the mask? And what happens? What happens? What happens? What happens is everything steams up. So I really do need glasses to work. I'm not that blind, but I do need them. It just helps a little bit. But obviously the mask is way more important at this point, especially when I'm doing stuff for customers. So, what is on the agenda for today? On the agenda for today is I am making a little beam. Little beam. Do you know what little beam looks like? Little beam. Let's see. So I've got this as a reference, and as usual, I make everything in the likeness of something. I don't make it. I don't know who Little Bheem is. Cutie little pie. Mighty Little Bheem. He's a little superhero, apparently. My daughter loves him. She doesn't watch him often, but she does like watching him. I just keep that for reference. Not because. Sorry, I'm just checking something. Because of copyright laws and stuff like that, I use artistic license. I try not to make it identical, but a likeness of, so that you know you can kind of go, oh yes, I know who that character is. And of course the mask. Let me get all set up. Right, so what we're going to do today is we're going to make a little beam, because I'm going to make a cake that's Little Bheem themed, 20 centimeter cake next week. But I'm making the toppers today. One, so I can get ahead, because I've got a lot of work next week. One, so that I can get ahead of things. And two, toppers always need time to dry. I make my own gum paste. And I keep it, I'm just wondering, I'm actually going to make a new skin color, because this is, I did Barbie and Ken yesterday and I'm not finished them. They're behind me. I still need to do arms and other things. I'm just wondering. And Little Bheem is slightly darker and stuff. So I'm not going to use this skin color. I'm going to make a new skin color today. Mighty Little Bheem. So I'm going to make a new skin color. So just excuse me, because I'll be getting up every now and then when I mix colors to go wash my hands to change with the colors. But my main thing is to make. Right, so to make color, skin tone, you can make it lighter or darker depending on whether you are doing what race you're doing. And Little Bheem is a little Indian boy. He's a boy. So he is one of those kind of caricatures kind of thing where he's got a bigger head, which always is a problem when making these kind of figurines because they're top heavy, and it's definitely an issue when they're standing. But I'm making him sitting down, so I'm actually basing the style of my cake because my customer is such a lovely customer, and she gives me artistic license to do whatever I like. So I'm going to actually base my cake on this little picture with, you know, the blue skies and the green grass, and I think he's sitting on some kind of wicker grass kind of stuff. So it looks like he's sitting probably on a heap of hay. That's what it looks like to me. On a heap of hay. So that's what I'm going to kind of do on the cake next week. So we're going to have him sitting on that heap of hay. But I will do... Sorry, I'm just thinking now. So this is how I work. If you're new to watching me, this is how I work. On my live streams, it's all about me and my thought processes while I'm busy doing stuff. So and if you have an opinion, you can agree with me or not agree with me. Help me out sometimes. I'm just thinking now I might actually just make that pile of hay as well, so that it's nice and hard to go on top of the cake. So I'm going to basically, my idea, just so we've got a gist of things, basically my idea is that we're going to have this pile of, very much like this picture, this pile of hay with him on top, with the flower, green grass around with little flowers, and possibly a palm tree coming from here and here on top like that. So we're going to try and get through as much as I can. So obviously we're going to make him first because that's the main priority here. And then if I'm done with him, I will then start making all the other stuff as well to give me a nice little scene for my cake. So yeah, I won't do the blue, but the whole cake will be green grass. I'll have the 2 palm trees coming from either side with some purple flower daisies, him sitting on top with his one little white daisy. Okay, so you have a little insight to how my thought process goes. So I just want to, I feel like the light is not right. Sometimes I just move stuff around just because I really want you to be able to see better, more than I need to. I also record these sessions, and sorry, I just want to actually start recording. I'll also record them so that I can make highlight packages if you don't want to, if someone wants to watch just, you know, the highlights of it rather than something's going on there. Okay, right, let's mix those colors up. So to make skin color, you use a little bit of ivory gel. I only use this particular gel, and I only use gel, and I use ivory. I don't get paid to endorse anything, so if I say I like something, it's because I genuinely like it. It's good, yeah. So I use a little bit of ivory. The ivory color is not, it's not ivory in the sense of white, like as in ivory, you know, tusks, you know, like the elephant tusks, ivory white. It's actually It's actually like a brown color, but it's not brown. It's like a copper, no, not copper, like a goldy kind of, yeah, I can't explain. It's not brown. It's like beigey gold kind of thing, but it's skin color. So it's in baking terms, this is as skin color as it's going to get. But he's quite dark, you know, as opposed to a white little boy, because he's a little Indian, an Indian boy. So we're going to make him a little bit darker than I would if I was making. So I'm going to add some more. I just find that this is a way better color to use for skin tone rather than what they would probably call skin tone. If there were, I think there might be a skin tone gel, but I don't use it. And obviously you wouldn't use brown over there. And just add also a slight bit of copper, which just kind of helps bring out any kind of pink undertones that would be normal in a human being. And now it doesn't want to come out. But not a lot, really, when it comes to the copper, very little, or else you're going to end up making it super red. So I feel like he needs to be darker than that. And I think I have to make, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do things a little bit backwards. Normally I do the body first, but because something I picked up yesterday with making the Barbie in the can was that I probably should have done the faces first so that they could, my process is normally body first because the bodies need to dry so that you can build on it. But because I was live, I probably should have done the faces first so that I could have finished the faces live. But it's fine, I'm going to record it. But today, so I'm going to do the face first so that the face has time to dry while I do the body, so that I can come back to the face once the body's done. Do I need more? I think just a little bit more. Rather do a little bit at a time as opposed to doing a lot. If you're wondering what I'm using on my hands, it is wholesome vegetable fat, which is helps for my gum paste not to stick to my hands. I just remembered I was supposed to send somebody someone yesterday asked me to send me my recipe for gum paste, and she's a friend, so while I don't normally, I only share some recipes, she's a friend who doesn't live here, she lives far away, so I will share my recipe with her, but I must do it. Okay, I think I'm happy with that color. So the thing with the gels is basically, if I leave this now, it will go a little bit darker if you give it time. And then also, once you've worked with it, and so I always make things a little bit darker, because when it dries out, it's going to become lighter. So I do go slightly darker so that it can dry out. Because if I made this too light, it would actually dry almost, you wouldn't see the color. So, I just need some cling wrap to wrap that in. Wash my hands with the color, and then just wrap this in cling wrap. This must always stay while I'm not working with it. Needs to stay in cling wrap. Right, so I'm going to do faces first, the face first. And his head is quite big in comparison to the rest of his body, but I'm going to try and not make it too big because it will be top heavy, and really that's the problem with cartoons and the characters and stuff like that, when in reality it doesn't really work because they're not stable enough. Okay, let's do his face. So I'm going to try and keep his face very much to that size. I'm probably not going to make it any smaller than that. He's got a very cute little face. And I'll try and make it look as much like him as possible. I'm really not a realistic copying kind of person, but I do my best. Okay, I'm getting creases, which is really not what I want. I'll just mix it a little bit more. I'm not going to stress too much about, I need one side of the circle to be as smooth as possible. And the rest will get covered. Also, I'm not too stressed about me putting it and getting flathead at the back, because he's got hair which I will be able to compensate with. So I can work like this. So I'll try not to obviously flatten the back of his head as much as possible. So we're going to put our eye section first. Okay. And he's got by his eyes, he's a bit indented. Okay. Let's try and keep this. I keep my hands as moist as possible with the vegetable fat, so that I can work with this without it drying out. The more I use this, the more it stays moist. It doesn't dry out. So he's got these big, beautiful brown eyes, just like my daughter, who's also Indian. And he's got these cute little cheeks. So we kind of want him to create those cheeks. We push this further down to create the cheeks. We bump up his face like that to give him those gorgeous little cheeks that he's got. And he's got a lovely little smile. Okay, so I'm going to just use my circle for where I'm going to put his eyeballs. So I like to generally do like the nose and the mouth first. When I do the nose, I like to add the nose. So instead of trying to carve it out of this, I find it so much. I was taught to carve it out, but I tend to battle with noses. And I'm great at doing a man's nose, but not so great at doing these dinky little noses for babies and for female characters. So for me, it just is easier for me to add. And he's got a slight indentation here in his chin. But I think we'll be able to create that more. Because when he's smiling, when I do his mouth. Okay, so let's put his nose in first. So he's got a cute little tiny button nose. Let's see if that's too small or not. I'm going to make it slightly bigger than that. Okay. And because this is quite wet-ish, I don't need to see how it changes his face already. So roughly that's where we want to put his nose. And this is when I need my glasses. Let's try today. One of these are supposed to have fire on them. Let's see if it works. Still misting up if I breathe too heavy. No! So I'm not using glue yet with this because everything's still quite moist and stuff, so I'll just blend it in. push his nose down a little bit. Let's put up. So this is my way of making a little nose, because I do find it so much easier this way. And I get a better nose, especially if I want to make one of these tiny little button noses. So make it a little bit smaller. Okay, so I'm going to just push down here a bit, because that's where his mouth is going to go. You can see we're slowly creating cheeks and chins as we go along. And it's a process of, you know, constantly making sure everything's in the, because it's still soft, so as you go, you know, things get moved a bit. So he's got a cute little smile. Oh, and he's got 2 little teeth. Okay. I'm going to use a softer one for his smile line to create his cheeks then. The harder this is here, the older they look, I find. Creates a more older look. And obviously with him, we don't really, doesn't really have smile like, you know, these smile lines yet. He's a baby. So we just want enough to create cheeks. I think this needs to be a little bit more in. So I'm trying to create his cheeks to, you know, be these chubby cheeks as babies are. That's why I'm pushing down here where his mouth is, so that we can create those cheeks. Just create that little bit of a chin. Okay, so let's have a look at, switched it. Have a look at his smile. So it's not quite the same as I would do an adult smile. And he's got two little teeth here, which I'm going to have to put in. That's his tongue. So I'm just pushing this down, the fondant down here, so that I can add in later, because I need to put his tongue and his teeth in, his two little teeth. Hi. Oh, I just put it. I think it's put it down there by the TV. Okay. Okay, I'm going to put this in because I need that for his body. I'm pretty stoked about this. This has come out quite nicely. It's looking good. Sometimes they don't always work out first time. Sometimes it's not. I'll end up having to do it more than once. And I'm pretty happy with his little smile and everything. And I don't want to work on it too much, because then it could go wrong. So now his eyes are quite big, and they're flat here around at the top, so we're going to try and keep that shape. That's how they do it with all these characters is that they give them these big baby eyes. So I've already created that round shape there, so I'm going to just kind of follow it through, because this we're going to push in so we can put the eyes in, the whites of the eyes. So that's as far as we're going to go for now, because I prefer to let this dry a bit before I start adding other stuff, because I find that when I start adding things like the eyes and stuff like that and hair, could possibly press too hard in that, and then you lose your base shape, and obviously that's not what we want, because it is quite soft at the moment, and by the time we get to doing what we need to do with the eyes and that, it will be a little bit harder, and we can actually add and work with it. Okay, so I'm going to leave him over here. Should be fine. I'm going to leave him there so that we can get on with his body. I do need to make orange for his pants. I'm just thinking, do I make orange for his pants before, as part of his body, or do it as clothing over him? I'm thinking that I'll probably that's not orange. That's electric yellow. I need to go get orange. Okay, I'll be back. I'm just going to get orange, which I thought I had the other way. I don't know. I'm just seeing stuff pop up and I can't answer her. You should do a horror movie theme cake if you ever have spare heads. That is, yes, and I've had spare heads, and I've ended up throwing the spare heads away. That's a good idea. For Halloween, I'll keep their heads for Halloween. Okay, I don't need a lot of orange. I'm not going to make a lot. Just going to make a little bit. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to rather make his body and then do the orange as clothing over it, as opposed to, there's a way that you make this his little bum and then you add everything to it, but I think I'm going to rather fold orange over the body. Yeah. And I need to wash my hands as usual. I do a lot of hand washing. When I'm working with figurines and mixing colors, because I can't taint things, so I've got to keep. Okay, so let's make. We're going to start off with his little body. Which I'm going to do on here so that I can lift it again. Okay, so bearing in mind his head will be bigger because that's how these cartoons are made. Just checking his body to see if I feel like it should be a little bit bigger. I just worry about it being too small. Okay, so normally, if you're watching, normally like a proper figurine, like, you know, like an adult figure, would make the bum separately and build on that sort of thing. But because he's little, I'm just going to kind of make him into one. I'm going to push him down so that I kind of can make him a bit stable. Don't put too much vegetables fat on my hands. Okay. So we're going to make it into a body. He's got absolutely no neck. Oh, he's got a little necklace. I didn't see that. Okay. He's got absolutely no neck. So we're just going to pinch it here for where his arms will be. We'll add his arms there. And he's got a chubby little kid. Just going to make him look like he would be sitting. Be for his arms. Which we'll add there. And he's got a little belly button which we'll put in. Roughly around about there. Okay. And then we'll add in these little feet. So I really don't want to put the head onto that at this point because this is soft. The head goes on there. The head will start to crush the body because this is not dry enough. So that's why I wanted the head to dry in the meantime so we can work on it just now. And then while we're working on that, the body will dry a little bit more and then I'll be able to I do, however, need another. I'm going to take this out so that I can use, just twist it out. It's fine. It's created the hole that I need, and I'm going to do it at a slight angle because I want his head to go in at a slight angle. Okay, I need to work on here. Like that. So that I can... So I want this to go all the way down in because I don't want him just sitting on the top of my cake. I want him to be stable on my cake. So, sorry, I see that there's something happening here. I just want to check why it's doing that. Okay. So it's just, I see it's automatically zooming in and stuff, and I'll do that. Okay, so I'm going to push this right through and I'll fix him. Okay, so that's what we want because I want it to be stable on the cake. So I'm going to pluck him in there. I'll just push that further down because I want it to go further into the cake. The head aside over there. Okay. So let's just fix his body now that we've done that. Just kind of want to give him a bit of a bum. I'm just going to push that like that. Fun. Okay. Do some legs. He's got chubby little legs, short chubby legs. Roughly that size. So let's put that in. Oh, sorry, move that over. Roll that over like that. It's got no, it doesn't really have knees or anything. And we're going to push this down here to create these little feet. So that's the back of the underneath of his foot. We're then going to make it stand a bit so that I can get the shape. Maybe squeeze it out a little bit more. can do some toes. Oh. So this is going to be that leg over there. Let's give him some definition. Is it? I feel like I've done the toes all funny. Oh! Okay, let's do that again. I need the feet to be a little bit smaller. Not so chubby. Right. Let's do that again. It needs an ankle. Okay, so if this is that foot, it's sitting like that. So we need to give him a little bit of shape in his, because it's barefoot, we have to kind of give the actual shape and do, you know, definition. Otherwise, it doesn't look right. It looks better. So we have the toe, the big toe, and then we have the 4 little small toes. That's definitely better. Again, I need my glasses, but I can't. Just a little toe, tiny little toenail. He's got a little bit of a bend in his, to show his knee. So we'll just put a bit of a bend there. And a little bit of a bend in his foot. Put it like that. So now it's just going to flatten that a bit so we can stick it on around his here. Put him in. Maybe his leg is too chubby. Maybe I've made the leg a little too chubby. Okay, that's better. Okay, so we're gonna put his little leg like that. It's like that a bit. Is he too fat? I've made him a little too fat, I think. Let's see if I can. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of push underneath here so that I can make more of the because we're going to add that in there. That's better. It's going to get covered by his pants. Let's get it right as much as possible. Okay, that's better. Definitely better. Okay. Okay, we put the angle a little bit more to that side. And we're going to do the other leg. same process. Just checking to see why does that seem smaller. Let's put a little bit more. So this leg is going to be a little bit bent as opposed to this one. This one's not really bent, it's kind of straight out. Okay. So we're going to kind of put a little bit of a bend in here, so I'm going to make his foot a little, leg a little longer, just to accommodate for the bend. Give him his ankle. And then he's going to have a little bit of a bend kind of thing going on. Crease in his foot. Just make sure I've got the correct foot. And I don't have two left feet. Or two right feet. Toe. So he's got a okay, so this foot is a little bit more bent, like that, maybe more. I'm going to standy uppy, so I'm going to turn it a bit, more, yeah, so that looks bent. Okay, so, and then we're going to glue him in. I'm going to put some glue on here, edible glue, that I make myself. Okay, that's his cute little feet. Why does my chat keep disappearing? There we go. Right, So I'm not, like I say, I'm not too stressed about too much of how this might look from River, because I'm going to put some pants on him now. But that's his little bottom. Yeah, just put him aside so I can make some pants. No, ear is hurting. Okay. So I always kind of start out bigger and then I work my way around to being smaller. You know what the gist of pants look like, right? And obviously because we're only doing it in the areas that we can actually see, it'll be his whole bum. So let's check to see if that will fit nicely. I'll tidy it up. So no, because it's more like a pair of shorts. Okay, let's just do it like that then. Need to be let's go bigger rather than smaller. And we can always cut off where I need. I'm actually just going to do it square. Let's just go square, rectangular, and then I'll take it from there. Because my problem is that I needed to get around here, so it's not quite like actual clothes, you know, because you needed to get it around places. So I'm guessing this is, yeah, so that's how I'm going to fit it in, like that. And then I will fold it in underneath his bum. like that. And we'll chop that bit off. Clean cut. Let me tidy it up underneath. Make sure the crease of his leg. I'm going to do a similar thing in the front. Again, I'm just going to make it square because then I can just cut it how I need it to be once it's on him. So much easier than trying to create an actual pattern. We're not going to need it as big in the front. I still need it to go and match, go around and match. So it needs to be lower down in the front, and I'll blend it in on the sides. So we're just going to follow that line. Of the way his pants are there. So I'll just cut. But be careful because everything's still quite soft. You can make indents and stuff like that, which is obviously not what you want. Just have to be a little careful. Oh no. Fix his foot up. I poked it. Let's clean that up a bit. You have to be super careful that you don't poke things and create things. Extra little indentations and stuff, that's not actually what you want. Where, you know, in places that you don't want it to be. So we just use a little bit of vegetable fat to blend it in. if you're watching, please say hi. I thought you make pants and put it on. Generally, it's not the same as a human. Hello for those who've just joined. I see there's quite a few people who've just suddenly joined. So how's it in my chat room? I'm just blending in his pants. Okay. And then I'm going to push it down here in the front. Need to cut that a bit so that it's neater. Off with the knife. Okay, and then we'll neaten it up. Again, also make sure that there are creases in the right places, belly buttons in the right places. Okay. This is done an oopsie over here. What happened there? I'll fix it a bit. So this has already started to dry a bit, so now I can't really work on it. Because it'll start to crack and then you'll see that. Okay, so that's that. So now let's have a look. It really does have a big head, but this is the thing that he is. He has a big head. Right, so that's that. Pants are on. Fantastic. And then we're going to do his arms. So now, that's the thing with his arms. One is behind his back, which is not an issue. The other one is him holding up a flower. So, we're going to do that, but I need, so what I usually use is a little bit of tissue paper, rubber towel, and something else to hold his arm up. Okay, so I need a little bit of wire. I always use wires when it comes to arms. Hello, Daddy. How are you? Okay. So we're gonna need a little bit of wire. So the arm that's behind his back, I'm not gonna use wire. But the arm that is standing up, that's holding the flower, I am going to use wire because I don't want his arm to collapse. But the question is, how long is that arm? And really, it shouldn't be very long because it's a kid. So, but he's holding it out. I think that will be long enough. So this bent bit I'm going to put into, I'm going to feed into his body. I feel like that could possibly be a little too long, like very little. I'll just cut it. Okay, well, we'll see if it's too long. Just now. Okay, so let's do that arm first, so that you don't have to work with it just now. Okay. Or should I do it? No, wait. Let's do the arm behind the back first, because then it's done. And I'm not going to fiddle too much with it. If this one was done first, then I might bump it, and I don't want to do that. So. Okay, so he's got a little hand behind the back. And we're just going to make a little hand, which is probably facing up and curled up probably. So we just try and create a little bit of a fingers, a palm. So his hand goes like that around the back of him. Make it a little longer so it can go all the way around. I'm going to put him, so he's going to have his little arm like that around the back. So we just shape it a bit before we glue it. Because it's attached to his body, we're just going to glue it. I don't need to put a wire, but if I was that worried about it, I would put a little bit of a wire just to hold it in place. Sometimes it needs it. So we just put his little arm around like that. And he's got his arm around the back. Okay, so then we're going to create his arm that's holding the flower. Sorry, I'm just looking for something. How high does he need to? Sorry. Love! Sorry, I have a dilemma. Love? Love, can you help me? I need to get you inside. She's a cooking bunny. Stop it. Get. No, no. Sorry, guys. On my live stream. I have a bunny and I have a puppy. And I have a puppy who wants to play with the bunny. But the bunny doesn't want to play. And they are separate, but she keeps getting back in. So oh my god, sorry. Got nothing to do with baking at all, but this is what happens. Sorry, so she's a puppy who wants to play. She's only 5 months and now she's managed to jump over our thing where we've blocked her off. And she was attacking the bunny because I heard the bunny screeching. That's why I got up. Sorry guys. Not really how things should go. Oh man. Okay. So now I'm trying to work out how much up. I need to always have to have something to hold the hand up so that while it's drying. So possibly 2. No, I think maybe. Okay, all I'm gonna do is let the hand, yeah, no, I think that's perfect. Let the hand rest. These animals. I love my bunny and I love my dog, but my dog is causing chaos in my house with the bunny. No, maybe it's too big. I just want to cover this so that it's not too hard on the hand. Okay. So this is going to sit like this so that I can hold the hand up and it'll stay like it until the hand is dry enough on its own, like that. Okay, so let's just move it over so we can make our other hand. And the hand is closed, and we'll slot a wire through, which I will then put a flower on it. But I'll make the hole. Nothing like a morning craziness. Okay, so is that long enough? Yes. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to just move that over. And we're going to feed the wire through. We're still going to glue it as well. then, oh, sorry, I'm working off camera there. Sorry. So we will have fed the wire through. Okay. And then I'm going to just create the likeness of a little hand. And we're basically going to put a wire through there. So we're going to put 1, 2, because he's stretching out his hand to give a flower, and it's just going to rest there so that it'll dry like that. The flower is obviously going to be green. I mean a green stem. So we just want to, I'm just going to cut it a bit. Cut one stem so we can feed it through, and then I'm going to take it out. And I'll put it back once I've done the flower. Right. Okay, I think he's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good, looking pretty good. Now, so chop that bit off because we don't need it so long, or else it'll go right through his head. So basically we're going to pop his head on like that. And I want it at a little angle like that. And then, so let's finish off his face. Okay. Let's do his face. So that's he's going to be for his flower. Here's his flower. You'll only get this on live. It won't craziness like this on live. Sure. Okay, so let's sort out this little face. I think I'm going to quickly go wash my hands because I'm going to be working with white. No? Is it me? I don't know where it went. I'll get another one. I'm missing a tool. If it's rolled off somewhere. Just want to go and wash my hands a bit because I'm going to be working with white. Okay. Wash my hands. trust it. Naughty little dog. White. Okay. So we're going to start getting the face to look like something. Right. So he's got black hair, brown. He's got something around his wrist. I'm just looking at his hand. No. Maybe his fingers very nicely done. Right. Anything can happen on a live stream, right? I don't know if you've seen my previous video, my very first live video on YouTube with the Spider-Man, where my cake collapsed. So anything kind of happens on live stream. Okay, so we're going to put a little bit of glue, and very little, because if you have too much, it squishes through and it causes problems. So it's just enough to make it sticky so that it can stick. So that should be more than enough. Maybe too much? No? Perfect. Okay. So we're going to flatten I'm going to push the white out until it fits in nicely. Again, I need my glasses more than I need. I can't see without my glasses. One eye. So we're going to do the same. Okay, then we're going to do the iris, the color of his eyes. But now his eyes look like an orangey brown. I wonder if I've got brown. Oh, I do have brown. Okay. So we're going to do brown. And he's got big eyeballs. Big, big, big. And we're going to make him look like he's looking to the side. I've just seen a notification on my phone that says treat yourself Tuesday, but today is Wednesday. So that's just a bit off. We're going to do a little bit of glue here. So we're going to do one eye color there and then one in the, so that he's looking to the side. Again, not a lot of I always start off with a little ball and then I'll push it down. Flatten it. You can flatten it before you put it down, but I find then I don't kind of keep the round shape if I try and flatten it before I put it on the eyeball. So this way I kind of keep that round eye. This could totally be painted on if that's what you prefer to do. I just prefer to do it this way because it just does work better this way. If you're going to paint, then you definitely have to wait for it to dry, like proper dry before you do anything. My puppy dog is now growling because she wants to be out, and I need to, she can't be trusted. No, come here. She can't be trusted with the bunny. So I'll have to put the bunny in her hutch before I can let the puppy dog out. Which is really not fair to the poor little bunny. Eyes with figures are everything. If you can't get the eyes right, it will look very strange. You can land up with crazy eyes. You can land up with angry eyes. You know, it can go completely and utterly wrong if you don't get them right. Okay, I think that's looking good. Right. And then, I don't have black yet, so I need to mix some black. So what I'm going to do is, my black, I like for it to go solid black, you know, pitch black. And the only way to do that is mix multiple colors with the black. So I generally just take little bits of other colors, mix them together, and then add black to it. In which I'm going to have to wash my hands when I'm done because everything's going to be black. So, but I don't want to, oh wait, I do actually want a lot. Oh no, I do want a lot because, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, there's white in there. I did not know there's white in there. I'm going to take all these little bits and pieces to create black, because now I just realized I actually also need it for his hair, and I don't have enough black to do for his hair. So I've got that for Barbie, so I don't really need the orange anymore. No, I don't. So I'm going to use all the orange. I still need to put ears. So okay, that should be enough. Let's put that in there. Just realized that we haven't done ears yet. Okay, so we'll mix that together. We're gonna then put a blob of black. Really, when you do it like this, you don't need to use a lot of black to get a good color black. One of these days I will do either a video or something on how to mix colors. I think probably a video on how to mix colors and how to get black and how to use only 6 colors. Use 6 colors to get all the colors that you need. Just mix it really well. Just grab one of these pieces. Cling wrap. Definitely need to wash my hands. Black will rub off on everything. Okay. Right, let's go back to this head. Very little bit of black to do the iris, the pupils, the pupils, and with this kind of stuff they are kind of big. So again, into a little ball, which I then will flatten out to keep the round. Too much glue on it, now it's moving around. The black part is moving around a bit much. So I'm just going to use my finger to get it right so that it doesn't move too much. kind of try it, you know, again, you need to try and make sure that it's round and keeps the shape and stuff, because, yeah, especially with the eyes, it's going to land up looking super random otherwise. And yeah, you're not going to get the results. Eyes are, in any figure like this, is very essential to the final look of how it's going to look like. Okay, so now we've got that. So we're going to add, make sure of this bit of his eye, because I'm not going to add anything there, so I just want to right. We're going to add a little bit of glue along the edges of the eye, like that. Very little, you don't want it running out. It's literally just so that it can stick to it. And then we're going to take some black, we're going to create basically the eyelash part. So we're going to roll it so that this is very thin on the one end and then gradually get thicker. And he's got quite a big eye, so we're going to drop that from that little corner there and we're going to roll it around. Maybe not so far down, maybe from about there. Okay. What is going on? Oh, she's on a mission today. How did you get that? How did you get that? No. Stop it now. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, sorry, this is such a disruptive stream today because of the dog. Okay, let's just try and do that again. I kind of made it a little too thin and not thick enough on the one side. And I didn't want it that long. So just a fine tune. Let's try that. So from halfway round to halfway round kind of thing. And then we're going to fade it off here. Oh, don't stick. So we just, yeah, that's going to be his eyelashes, basically. Fade it off like that. On him, it is a little thicker here, so just you can actually just flatten it out a bit so that it makes it look thicker. Oh, there we go, that looks better. And then we'll do the same on the other side. Oh, puppy! Yeah, puppy. Puppy, that's going to drive me nuts just now. It was a little too long this side, so I just wanted to get a little bit off. You just push it in there to blend it in. Okay, so that's his eyes over there. And one of the most important things is to put the little white part of the eye, which completely brings the whole face to life. Again, a very important part of the eyes and face. If you don't put it in, it does not. The glint, the light glint, you will always have it, even in darkness. So, and you put a little bit of that. On there. On there. And it's not very big, it doesn't need to be very big. Sometimes if it's too big it looks a bit weird. I think the only time that a really big one works is with, what's it, with scared eyes or crying eyes, like on the ponies. That's better. Right, so then that's the eyeballs. You're going to put I'm actually just going to paint it, this tongue area. And then we're going to put some teeth. It's got two little teeth. Sorry, now I'm trying to find my colors that I need. That one. I've got too many colors. Every color I pull out is not the color I want. Yeah. And what do you think? I'm just going to dust it. I'm not going to actually put any color, quick dry or anything, just dusting. And it's softer. I normally use this color for lips. Nice. Watching you on the big screen. Your one child, Rebecca, is missing from the live show. That's because she's at school. Your mom. She's not missing. She'll be here just now. Because I'd like to finish this on the live, at least the face. So, just going to give it a little bit of pink lips. I don't want them too prominent. And then with that, I'm going to give him some pink, just pale pink cheeks. Just to spruce up his face. And I don't know how much you can see it, but it's just enough to enhance his cheeks. And so that's all the painting I'm really going to be doing. I see. Yeah, sweetie. Yeah, sweetie. Now, because now she's been brave because she's feeling better after, you know, she's feeling a little bit better and she can move. She should not have jumped over. I need to check her stitches. She should not have jumped over the fence to get to Bunny, and now she could possibly have pulled those stitches and hurt herself. So she will have to wait until I'm done here for me to check it. But she seems to be okay. But yeah, she was feeling sorry for herself after Friday, but now not so much. Now she's just wreaking havoc again. Right, we're going to just put a little bit of glue here because I want to put the little teeth there. 2 little teeth, which I'm just going to roll into like a little bit of a, I wonder if that's too much. They're like so tiny. It's just really just to show that he's got 2 little teeth. So push that in there. And then I'm going to actually just get it more in. So I don't want it sticking out like a sore thumb kind of thing. And then I'm just going to use the knife to cut so that it looks like 1 tooth, 2 teeth. Okay, so then what else does he have? What else is he missing? He's needing his eyebrows and his ears. So he needs a pair of ears and he needs his eyebrows. So he's got brown eyebrows. Does he? Yes, brown eyebrows. So we're going to pop a little glue there. And a little glue there. Because he's got 2 of these little eyebrows, and then he's got a, Daddy, what is it called? The fakey thingy-majiggy that you wear in the center. I don't know what it's called. Been with your son for 8 years. I have no idea what it's called. He's got short little eyebrows. Same as the eyelashes where it's thin on one end and thicker on the other end. Except this time we're going to make it definitive and cut it. So I'm going to put one there. So can you see the difference? It's nice eyebrows straight. And it makes him look a bit worried. And we're just going to turn his eyebrow up and round, which will give him happy eyebrows. What's going on? Live chat. Why is my live chat not? No, it's fine. So let's do another one. Eyebrows can also make and break your face. So if it's not the correct direction or shape, it can make you look like you're worried, scared, angry. Okay, so generally the little round eyebrows kind of makes them look like they're happy. They're happy characters. And then this down the center, like a little teardrop. Possibly too big. What else is he missing? Just his ears. Okay, so let's do his ears and obviously his hair, but I'm going to do his hair as soon as we put him on his body. Okay, so now we just need some ears. So the ears are generally in line round about by the eyes. If you're ever trying to figure out where you should put your ears. The ears on your thing that you're creating on the figure. How big are his ears? Not too big. Okay. So we just make it also into a teardrop shape. Then what we're going to do is we're going to a teardrop shape, and then we're going to gently shape it into the shape that it should be while it's on, while you're putting it on. I feel like that ear might be a little too small. No, I think that's fine. And while you shape it, you can actually get the inner of the ear on it. And then you just blend it into the another teardrop for the other ear. Again, you've got to try and make these things exactly the same, symmetrical. As much as you can. I mean, it can be super difficult sometimes. Okay, 2 little ears. And we are ready to put him on his body. So we're going to make sure that we've got some glue down the center here to just make sure it goes up and down. I like to use the skewers because they are wood and not the wires. I try not to use too much wire. And then we're going to gently, because he's not 100% dry, gently put his head on onto his body. I think he's looking really good, and his hair is now really going to change what he looks like. Also, another thing that does make a difference in things. Okay, so that's him. He's going to be now stuck there. And now we're going to do his hair, and we're almost done with him. Almost done. I'm not going to have enough time to... Oh, what's it? I have plenty of time. Oh wow, I thought it was 12:30. Meanwhile, it's only 11:30. Lots of time, man. I'm like thinking, oh my god, my dolls are going to be here just now. No, Daddy, she'll be home for another hour. She won't be home for another hour. His hair. Okay. So his hair. So the reason why I wait for the body to dry, his head is top heavy. If I don't wait for the body to dry and the head is super heavy, it's going to start squashing his body. So that can cause issues. And I'm feeling like that possibly could start to happen because he's not 100% dry in his body. So I would prefer not to put his body on right now. So I'm going to just go get another skewer to put his head on, which I'll put on here, and then I can do his hair. While that's sitting like that, I'm going to put this in here, like that, so that I can I don't want it slipping through because it's not 100% dry either. So I'm going to do it so that it's resting on here. So that it's resting. Okay. And then I'll be able to put his hair on, but at least allow the two things to dry. Okay. So we're going to put some glue on the back here so that we can hold the back of his head with his hair. Take some black. We're not just going to plop it on like that. We're going to shape it almost to the shape that we wanted before we put it on his head. So, oh, so I'm ready. Because I zoomed in here so that we could see better. I keep going off camera, sorry. So So I'm just going to do this as the base, and then we'll add the extra bits. And we can always change it up and cut off and whatever, but to try and, again, the whole point is to try and not squash too much, especially when it's not dry, not completely dry. Okay, so I'm not watching the camera all the time, so I can't always see what I'm doing. Okay, I'm going off the camera, which is really silly of me. I moved it in a bit. Move this. So I can move that more in. Okay. So he's got like poofy parts to it. Okay, so we're going to do the one side and then we're going to do the other side, and then he's got like this cape in the front. And then you can just take the back of this to give him like hairlines. So I'm going to create like this teardrop kind of look. Hairstyles or something else. Okay. I'm not going to flatten it too much because obviously I don't want it too poofy either. I don't want it too poofy. Trying to follow the shape of his hair and the kind of style that he's got. Which goes a little like this. So I just blend it in with it to look like hair. Similar deal on this side. got to be really gentle so that you're not squashing anything that you shouldn't be squashing and changing shape or cracking anything that you shouldn't be cracking. This will, next week, will be dry solid. By Friday it will be dried solid. That it doesn't matter how much I squeeze it, there won't be any crackling or anything. I mean, literally, if you drop it, it'll break like glass. I don't know if he's got a kid's hairstyle though. Feels like it's not quite a kid's hairstyle. It's more of a, I don't know. I don't know. Very strange. Okay. So then we're going to do his little cape that's in the front. His fringe, which comes down between his eyebrows and then flicks to the side. A little like Superman, that effort going on there. So I'm going to, it's a bit wispy in the front on his fringe, so I'm going to just do that before I put that on his head. Because it requires me to be a little bit more rough. Might be a little bit too much hair. I'm just going to take it off and blend it in the back. His hair is a really strange hairstyle for a kid. It's got like these poofy sides, which I'm not 100% sure about now. He's got like no hair here. Okay. Right. So there's his face. Like I say, it's not, I don't do any of the stuff to be 100% of what the thing looks like. It's more of a likeness because of copyright rules and all that kind of stuff. But there's his cute little face. Okay, so I don't want to put his head onto his body until I know that this body is definitely dry. And you can see his hand is already standing up. I can take that away. But in the meantime, I can do other things like the other stuff that I need to do for this particular cake. Okay. So, I think his face looks pretty cute. I'm happy with that. Okay, so I need to make some flowers. What did I say I wanted to make build up the the grass stuff that he's sitting on so that it can be dry. Pink, like a dome shape. Or I can just do it. What we just do is we just create like a bubble kind of thing. I know this doesn't look right, but when you do it, it'll work out. So I'm going to just make a mix of brown and the skin color and some white to make this branches. Just going to make it like slightly lighter by adding some white to it. Okay. It's more sandy. Let's see if I can get most of it done by 12:30, so another 35 minutes. I generally stream from 9:30 to 12:30, from 9 until 12, depending, because I need to generally need to fetch my child, but I don't need to fetch her today. She's been fetched. So we're going to make this like a grassy dome. I think it's not a bale of hay. It doesn't look like a bale of hay. It looks like he's sitting on the roof of something actually. But we're going to make it look like more like a bale of hay that's in a mess. So basically it's just lots of sticks, which we're going to make. Possibly maybe I should have I can use an extruder for it. which I'm not really going to do. This could possibly take a long time because I'm going to do this all individually. Ah, it's puffing up too much. But once it starts to, this will weigh it down. Daddy. I don't need to be in India for you. You can, you can still do it. What do you want me to do this for? Who's going to do this? Hmm? Actually make them longer and let them go across like that. But it's fine. It's gonna get layered on. Big ones, thin ones, it's meant to look like sticks. So maybe it's not looking like sticks. Possibly it doesn't look like sticks. Not yet anyway. Okay, so I took that off and now his arms is moving. So we're going to just put that. His arm was moving down. Not ideal, so we'll put that back there. We'll leave it there for it to dry properly. My friends are not really bakers. That's nice. Thank you. I hope this works out the way I think it's going to work out. This could take a while because I'm trying to build this up, but I'll get there. Either way I have to do it, so May as well do it on live stream. Now it's quite funny because then on live stream my customers can actually see their stuff being made while I'm busy with it. I don't know if they would appreciate that or not, actually, to be honest. If you are one of my customers watching, say hello. Let me know what your thoughts are about possibly seeing your stuff being made before you even see it. I actually think you probably would be happy to see it because then you know it's looking okay. Some customers request photos before completion kind of thing. I don't really do that, but this is taking it to another level of being able to watch it. So I think I've got to center bit. He's going to have to, there's a piece. He's going to be sitting somewhere on here. So is he on the side? I need to make a hole. It's slightly off-centered, so somewhere there I have to work around it so that it goes through. Okay. I'm going to start putting some glue on here so that it sticks to each other, because that's kind of, I want it to be as a one, you know, something that's actually one thing being held in place, and pieces shall break off, which is really okay as well. To start cutting it more further so that that middle section doesn't build up too much. Just a little bit of glue. Friday I am going to try and attempt to make edible glitter yet again. Different recipe with gelatin. If you're keen to watch, you can join me again on Friday. Really do want to be able to make my own edible glitter as opposed to buying it. Because I do use a lot of it, especially when it comes to unicorn cakes and stuff. I need to build this up quite a bit because he's going to sit on it. So yeah, I kind of don't want it to crush it. So I'm just going to work around this stick because that's where he will eventually sit. So I need a gap somewhere to put the skewer in that he's being used, sitting on. What? Your customers would definitely appreciate your toppers if they were watching this live stream. I don't know. I don't know, Daddy. I don't know. Like you can see, I think that's also why, like I'm like, oh, it's okay, because then they can see the amount of work that's been put into it and the amount of time and effort. But also know that on YouTube at the moment, there's not very many people that are in South Africa watching. There are, raise your hand, besides my husband. But generally it's people from overseas who are watching at this hour, because obviously in South Africa people are working, so but they can watch the playbacks and then they can see how long the video is and then they'll see how long, you know what I mean, it's hours of work. And this, I'm not even going to be finished. I'm going to have to finish up the rest of it, you know, the trees and the flowers and everything else later. At a later stage, yeah, like tomorrow kind of thing. I think that's, you know, what's going to happen. I'll finish off, you know, Barbie and all those other things that I need to finish off for my cake toppers. And you like, you say that to tell you about me live streaming. I tell you, it makes me nervous though. Because stuff happens, eh? Stuff happens. And sometimes, like, I'm lucky that the face turned out the way I wanted it. But sometimes I could have done it a million times over before I got it right. But I think that's the whole point, I think, with live streaming, is to show that it's not perfect first time. Sometimes stuff happens. Oh, I'm going to have to make more brown. And end up making a different shade. Maybe a lighter shade to go on top. It's fine, it gives it a variation. moment it's just looking like what? Like a spider of some sort. I have 15 minutes before I need to sign out and say goodbye. So if you've got any questions or want to say hi, now's the time. All the lurkers who are lurking and appreciating all the lurking. It's fantastic. And if you're new to my channel and you're enjoying watching this, just make sure that you like and subscribe and do hit the notification bell. I feel like yeah, because then at least you'll get some notifications to say when I'm live. I'm generally live on the same days every week, which is generally Tuesday, Wednesday and Friday. Most definitely a Wednesday and a Friday. Sometimes Tuesday might not be a thing, but definitely as much as possible, Tuesday, Wednesday and Friday. And then yeah, I'll either be baking. Next week there's going to be a lot of baking happening. Rainbow cakes, cookie decorating. I've got a busy week next week for orders, hence why I'm doing the toppers this week. And then yeah, do a variety of things. Baking toppers. It's been nice this week because it's been about toppers this week. And then sometimes I'm testing out things, like on Friday I'm going to be testing out yet another edible glitter recipe to see if it works, because the edible glitter, I was not 100% happy with the recipe that I used last week, because it landed up looking more like fish food rather than glitter. So the flakes, I don't want fish food, I want glitter. So I'm going to go the gelatine route. Let's see, I think that might land it's going to definitely dry harder, and because it's clear, it's probably going to give a better glittery effect than what the other recipe gave me. I know that it's not possibly ideal for vegans or that kind of thing, but then again, probably wouldn't be ordering a cake from me. Not that I don't do it, no. Do I do more? Much better. Starting to look like something. I might just finish this off like this and then leave it to dry a bit before I add more to it, before I build more on it. Well, I'm enjoying it, resting with my feet up. Oh, sure, Daddy. Well, a friend of ours said when he sits and watches, because of the music and what I'm doing, it's very soothing just to sit and watch. The problem is that because I'm on YouTube, I'm feeling like I have to be a little bit more talkative and instructional, so that you know what I'm doing, as opposed to me being on Twitch. Twitch, I felt like I could just do, and I didn't have to say anything until someone said, "What are you doing?" But yeah, YouTube, because it's recording as well, and it'll be on a playback, kind of feel like you need to. I feel like I need to talk all the time. Although I'm talking now a lot because of you, though. So. Because I know that there's someone on there that's chatting to me and I know who it is. Live entertainment, buddy. Live entertainment. Especially when something's happening that's not supposed to be happening. Like my dog trying to attack the bunny. I have to rescue. No, it's nice chatting because then I know there's someone watching. I mean I can see how many people are watching, but they're not saying much to me. I'm glad you came to join me today. Although even when you've been here visiting, I know you like to sit and watch me work, so it's not any different. You're just watching me on the TV rather than in person. Yeah, I'm definitely only going to put this head on tomorrow. I really want it to be dry. I don't want the head being squished, and I don't want the body being squished either. So I normally do. So it's not usual for me to do something in one go like this, because I prefer certain pieces to dry a bit more, and so that it doesn't weigh things down and squish. That's why you're feeling like you're in Cape Town. Yeah, probably. It's cold here. And I know you're dying with the heat. Oh, I just want to make sure of that hole there, and then he'll sit around about there, like that, at an angle. Okay, I'm pretty much finished this, so I'm going to be done because I'll need to make more brown for this, and I want it to dry a bit more than this so I can build on it more, but it's going to be easier to build on it more if it's dry. And basically my time is up as well. But thank Thank you so much. Oh, we'll move it over. It really is like a bit of a spider, isn't it? And I've got to be super careful because because it's thinnish, it can break. But yeah, so you see now, this needs to definitely sit for longer to dry because the arm is falling off. So it's going to stay like that overnight for me, and I'll finish it off tomorrow. I'll probably video it as well because then I can make a highlight package for those who are not going to sit through the whole live stream. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. Thanks for the chit chat, Daddy. If you want to chit chat some more on Friday, I'll be live on Friday. Tomorrow I don't stream. Streaming on a Thursday in this household is just not on. It's too much noise, too much happening, too many other things going on where it's not conducive for streaming. So whatever I do tomorrow, I'll end up recording so that I can put it together in a video onto my channel for you guys to watch as a highlight package rather than this long-winded 3 hours. Anyway, guys, thank you, Dada, Taddy and Dada, for watching and for chit-chatting. It's been awesome. It's been a good stream day today. It was awesome. Yeah. I will see you all on Friday, and watch out for the videos because there will be highlight videos of everything being completed. I'll make sure that those go up soonish, probably next week or so, in the next week or so. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining and for watching and for chatting. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. If you're a baker, if you've learned something, that's awesome, because that's what I like to, why I do the channel, to show what I do so that you can learn. And I'll chat to you on Friday if you want to join me on Friday. That's awesome. Bye.